There are a lot of assets, and a lot of it boils down to being able to connect people who need them to the assets that they need.
I think our diversity is a great asset. The strong sense of family that so many different cultures have.
It's really diverse.
This community has been a place where communities of colour have been able to at least maintain community and identity.
What do you like about your community?
I just like that I could just catch the bus to school because it's right down the street. And there's a lot of programs out here.
The people.
Everybody's welcome.
If something happens in the neighborhood, everybody comes out for that neighbor.
And things you see is getting day after day getting better.
One of the most incredibly diverse communities, not just in terms of having people of color, but in having so many different people of color.
What I noticed immediately about the city was how diverse it was, how natural everybody presented themselves.
There's a lot of teachers that help me a lot, and then they just make sure I learn. They just make sure that I get the things that I need just to get ready for college. And
What I like about my community is that we live right by the hospital, Children's Hospital. My little brother has asthma, so it's nice that they have it in the area by school.
Knowing that there are different religions around and different races, and you could learn about their religions and everything. And there's in our community center they have different parties where you get to learn about one certain culture or religion, and it's really fun.
What would you like to see changed?
More engagement in the community. I'd like to see more people walking.
It's always been my personal belief that education is the root of the solution for all of our problems, and that the more well-educated our students are, the more likely they are to succeed.
To be kind, the serious deficiencies in our educational system and the educational gap of minority children who are the majority in this neighborhood.
I think there could be more efforts at integration and revitalizing certain parts of Minneapolis.
I think I would like to see some more safe spaces for people to play in and go to.
There's so much activity and vibrancy that I wish it was more even within the city.
There's no green around these buildings. They come right up to the sidewalk. They're 5 stories high or 4 stories high. They echo off each other, and all you get is concentrated noise.
I think this neighborhood has been really uncomfortable with the notion that this is the hub for social services. Having so many transitional people in the neighborhood makes it really difficult to create kind of a really sustainable, safe neighborhood where you know your neighbors.
I would like to see the boys, that hangs out around there, don't hang out and stop being rude.
I'd like to see the community members take care of the neighborhood as far as trash and graffiti and stuff like that. Just stop it, basically.
More acceptance. That's the only thing I really want to see is more acceptance of each other.
Tell me, what does sustainability mean in your life?
I immediately think of people's capacity to be creative, that it's something organic.
It's thinking about the sustainability of art's impact.
There's an emotional sustainability, mental sustainability, as well as just all the physical aspects of what it means to be sustainable.
That it is economically feasible for a long period of time, that it is as self-sustaining as possible, and that second very much the environmental conception of sustainability.
Just taking care of my kids, basically.
Gateway 4 project is going to be a living building.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
A living building is, first of all, one that you see living things in. That's more important than the structure, the material of the building.
I mean, living is self-sustaining.
It's a building that is first and foremost a container for life.
More modern green designs with perhaps rooftop gardens that recycle water, solar power that helps generate a lot of the energy, surrounded by a green space, green walls that protect it from outside traffic noise and pollution.
Before, if I hear that, especially nowadays, I start thinking green.
What I think is missing is bringing the arts into that building, and how do you invite artists and that creative dialogue and expression and within a community. So it has the sustainable urban agriculture and shelter and comfort and safety and all that healthy environment. And at the same time, how do you include creativity and include artists in that dialogue?
Where do you shop for food?
Aldi, Walmart, Sam's Club, maybe Cabo Rainbow.
Cup foods.
Cup Foods or Target or Rainbow.
Not very often do I shop at co-ops, typically because of price.
It's really changed. When we moved in here, there was nothing except the big grocery stores on either side of Lake Street.
So now there is more response to the community.
Yes. I know a lot of people in this community are really wanting to create more of a local food system.
Tell me what your understanding of urban agriculture is.
Well, I think it starts with community gardens, but I think it can be taken further.
Do you think that the gardens can be used as a food source?
I think they should be.
I think it's cool as long as you're sharing with other people, because it's like your food and you're in a community garden.
The use of any empty space to produce food for a community.
Oh, I would love that. I would love that.
So can you imagine that urban agriculture would actually be a food source?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Cool.
Except that with all that traffic, how healthy would it be?
I don't think so, to tell you the truth, because there's a lot of pollution and stuff. And
really decorate a property or something.
I would like that in my community.
Tell me what your perception of open space is.
For one, it's crucial. I think people need a sense of open space.
We have plenty of park. We have a big parking lot here. You see how huge it is? And I don't see much people there, nothing there. Mostly few kids you see, but always empty.
I think when I think of open spaces in the city, I think of parks that are large enough that make you think that you're not in the city anymore.
How do you get around?
I usually walk.
I do use public transportation, yeah.
And I usually walk to school mornings and I walk home sometimes.
Bus, car.
The buses are great to get to anywhere you need to go.
Tell me about your feelings of safety and comfort.
I feel pretty safe and comfortable. I think it's because I lived on this block for a long time.
It's improving all the time.
If you see a lot of people milling around, you feel safer. And I feel like this community has really kind of reclaimed its space, and it's in the process of doing that.
Overall, I generally feel safe when I'm out and around here.
Sometimes is times that it's scary and that stuff might happen.
You're walking down Franklin Avenue past like 9 or 10 o'clock. It's like nothing's open. That's kind of what gives it a weird feeling to me.
People make a place safe more than cameras or policemen.
I have a young daughter, and this is like the first time in living here that I'm able to like open up the back door and she's been able to run outside. And
it's a safe neighborhood. I have no fears walking to the corner store up here at night.
From the crime to the nice neighborhood, so that everybody can live peacefully and enjoy the life. That's the way it is going on.
What does home mean to you?
Wherever the people I love are.
I guess it has to do a lot with community.
Home means family.
It's a place of safety, it's a place of peace.
Where you feel comfortable and safe.
It doesn't have to be big, just where I could put all my stuff.
It's not a building. I'd say it's where you're comfortable, where you're most comfortable. If that's the house you live in, or if that's mom's house, or if that's this park, wherever that happens to be, it's where you're comfortable.